Refugee youth in the U.S. often experience difficulty in traditional classrooms due to language barriers and limited help at school and home. In Silicon Valley, California, a unique after-school program called homework clubs are created to make a difference in the students' education.
One of the concerns I have with our middle school and our high school students is that key phrase that says the students are falling through the cracks. And Father Mateo's goal was that to assist the students with their homework so they can succeed in school. Because they go home and they didn't have anybody to help them with their homework. So it was a built-in failure.
The Homework Club originated in 1996 to 1997 during a time when the city wanted to support low-income neighborhoods by distributing grants for homework programs.
So with the homework program, Father Mateo created it so that there's tutors. He made a partnership with Santa Clara University, City College, and other institutions where we can get volunteer tutors.
And so I've been coming here for 3 or 4 weeks, just coming for 2 hours on Thursdays, and I really love it. It's really fun to come and just help the students out with their homework. It's not super intense or anything. You can kind of tell that the kids have had a long day at school, and then doing homework for another 2 hours is a little challenging. So a lot of it's like trying to help them pay attention and everything. But I think it's a really cool opportunity to probably help them with homework in a way that they might not be able to get at home. And yeah, it's just good experience.
Been here as well for about 3 to 4 weeks. I really enjoy it. I like getting to help the kids with their homework and everything like that. And basically it's just getting to know them a little bit better every week, and then we have kind of the same inside jokes at this point now, which is really fun. I even came a little bit earlier and stayed a little bit later today, just because I've been having a bad week. So it's really nice to just kind of get away, and they always bring a smile to my face. So it's really nice seeing them again.
Why did you pick this book?
I picked this book because I wanted to experience about Julia Alvarez, to know what she writes about.
Oh, okay. Julia Alvarez. And this book is in Spanish. Did you have to take it for a Spanish class?
Yeah.
At the Homework Club, the focus of instruction for students is reading, writing, fluency, and mathematics.
They have to read 30 minutes every day and write. They have to do their homework. If they need extra help in a certain area, their report card has to show. And they're required to bring me a report card. And I look through it, and Vanessa and I go through it, and we can see sometimes there's literacy problems as far as vocabulary, phonics, sentence development. So those are some of the things that we work on.
So the question actually was, do you think it's beneficial, meaning that it's good for us to study other universes?
I heard about the program because I was singing in my church choir, and our coordinator happened to be the coordinator of the homework program as well. And she offered me the job to come in and help her out because there was some issues with scheduling and they needed someone right away. And I jumped at the chance because I love working with kids. My responsibilities here are I come in, I set up the classroom, I make sure we have all our supplies ready, the computer's on. I also tutor the kids. I have to assign tutors to the kids when Betsy's not here. And I basically run the program when she's not here.
What are 3 words to describe the Homework Club?
Safe,
Fun.
and a cool place to hang around in.
During our first interview together, when asked about what she likes about school, Jennifer describes school as a place to study, get good grades, learn new things, and a chance to meet new people. Anthony views school as a time to be with his friends. Both of them view the homework club as an opportunity for them to continue these experiences. Okay. How long have you been coming here?
Since first grade.
Since first grade. So how many years is that?
About 7 years.
And what do you like best about coming here?
That I get to have people help me getting good grades and meet, like, have new friends.
I've been coming here ever since I was in kindergarten.
So,
That's like 13 years.
what do you like best about coming here?
The best thing I like about coming here is I get to meet new people.
Other languages do you speak other than English?
I speak Spanish and a little bit of Vietnamese.
I used to speak Spanish.
Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me how the tutors have helped with your grades since you've been coming here?
They've been helping me a lot, and like they show me how to do my math problem by step to get them good. And like when I first went to the website, I had like an F, but since I've been coming here, I got my grade up to a B.
Is this for math?
Yeah,
What about your English grade?
and my English grade is good. It's going up to like an A already.
Okay. So when you come here, what do you work on for reading?
I do my like my reading logs or like my packets that they leave us. We come all like every day except for Fridays because it's closed, and they help me a lot in math because like I sometimes don't understand math a lot.
Or who helps you here? Is there a specific tutor that you work with the most?
Vanessa.
Vanessa?
Vanessa.
What does she do that's very helpful for you?
She gives me like examples, and then from those examples I try to do them and like I get it. Like it's really easy.
How is it different from the way your teacher explains it?
Like the teacher, she gives us like really hard explanations, and like Vanessa gives us like really easy ones.
Several months later, Jennifer requested not to record her face on camera after an experience that took place at school.
Because in the middle school year, we had to present this paper. We had like in front of the whole class, and we had to say different paragraphs without looking at the paper. And when we were doing that, like I couldn't go up there because I felt like I couldn't like speak a lot. Like I just stood there like nothing. I start sweating, and when they call me to read, I just like cover my face. I start sweating a lot. I never had it before, but like during 6th grade, I always presented. I would like to present in front of like the whole class. But since I started 7th grade, I just started getting it out of nowhere.
And how did they help you here for reading comprehension?
They helped me with making more long paragraphs, adding more details, and adding like more like the beginning, the middle, the end, and the conclusion.
And how about for vocabulary?
If we find like a word we don't know in an article or a book, we go up to them and we ask them, and then they give us different definitions, so we can know what like the definitions that the word has.
During my last interview with Jennifer, she described how speaking Spanish at the homework club was helpful.
Si estás like, estos son like A, B, C. Se puede poner like.
It helps me improve because like since I was small, I used to talk Spanish, but since I started growing, like since I started like my age, like I stopped talking in Spanish, I started talking more in English, and like I had struggled in Spanish how to talk until I had a Spanish class, and here at the homework center, it taught me more how to say stuff in Spanish that I don't know anymore.
Through my interviews with Jennifer, I learned that the homework club was a place for her to get help specifically with math, since she was already getting high grades in her English classes. She had a slight dip in her English grades during the middle of the school year, since she had to juggle taking tests in multiple subjects. However, she was able to bring her grades back up by getting help at the homework club and from teachers at school. During my interviews with Anthony, he spoke about not knowing what his grades were and limited help from his teacher. How has your teacher been helping you to improve your grade?
I don't really know that one. Like, yeah, I really don't know.
How have the tutors helped you with your grades since you've been coming here?
They have helped me with my grades by like helping me how to do the homework and how to like work the problems out from that page. I am working on an essay about the movie we watched in my English class, Freedom Writers, and we're writing about like what happened in the movie, how this movie embraces education, and yeah, that's basically it.
After Anthony's response, I concluded that he was able to improve his grades because of the homework club. And who helps you with that the most? Is there a specific tutor you go to?
Vanessa as well.
Vanessa, so you both go to Vanessa. It seems like you both really work well with her.
Yeah.
What do you like about the way that Vanessa teaches you?
She comes up with examples, tries to solve them, so she like knows what to do for that problem that I need help with, and she like tells me what I have to do to like get that answer for the problem, and yeah.
How long have you known Vanessa? Both of you?
Since like
Since I was in I believe in kinder.
Most of our students live around the neighborhood and they walk. Like today it's cloudy. I was very surprised that we at least got 13 today because we normally have 22. But it was raining when I came to work, but they showed up. Rain or shine, they're here. The only time we really worry about them walking is when they change time and it's really dark at night. And sometimes we'll ask the parents if they want to come in earlier to pick up their children because we don't want them walking home in the dark. One year, Orchard Supply gave us flashlights. That was pretty neat. And so everybody got a flashlight so when they walked home.
So what are we looking for first?
To describe it in my own words.
Okay, so Isaac Newton. Where does it talk about him?
For the week I just come Monday through Thursday because there's no Friday. I usually get help on reading, like on understanding books because there's some books that have like intense vocabulary word that I don't usually understand and I have to get help so they can describe it to me.
How does the tutors here help you learn the new vocabulary words from the books?
They usually give me the definition or they would just say synonyms that I will understand it and I will know better. I work more for the most Miss Vanessa.
Miss Vanessa?
Mm-hmm.
And what does she do that is most helpful?
Like when it's helpful, like every time when I ask her for help, she gives me like maybe an example or she tries to mostly explain it so I could do it like by myself so I could understand it more.
What are 3 words you would use to describe Miss Vanessa?
She is like nice. She helpful and funny, kind of. Doesn't matter what, but she still helps you with anything. Or if there's no people to help us with like some subject that she doesn't know, she still tries to help us. Since I know her, she helps me a lot on subjects that I don't understand, like mostly math. When sometimes we have break, like when we get done with the homework, we talk about like something that happened, and then she talks about her, and then we just like laugh about it or laugh at each other or something.
Anna also described how the use of Spanish was helpful at the homework club.
Because some of them speak Spanish, but some of them not. But of both of English and Spanish, I prefer Spanish because like if they speak it on English, I would just know what they're saying, but I don't actually understand what they mean. And Spanish, like if they explain it and say it, I will know what they mean and what I need to do on the work.
Through my interviews with Anna, I learned that the homework club wasn't just a place for her to get help with her assignments. It was also a learning environment where she could make positive personal connections and gain self-confidence through the help of caring tutors like Vanessa.
Because the first time that I got there, I was a girl that was so nervous because of herself, because how she looked or what she does, or if I had friends or not. So they're like help you to feel your feelings. Like Vanessa, she always helped me when I feel sad. She helped me always with that. Like every time when I get to a class, I feel like I will need to do something that I couldn't know how to do it, or I need to like do a late assignment. But now, like every time I get in, I feel like I could do anything I want.
Through my interviews with Matt, I learned about the critical role that technology played in his life. In addition to creating films as a hobby, Matt, like several of the students in the homework club, relied on technology, such as the school's online gradebook system, to monitor his academic progress and resources available at the homework club to complete his assignments.
They help kids enroll into college, and so I'm about to go to high school, and when I get out of high school, they're gonna help me enroll to college, and that's really helpful because Vanessa said she's seen kids go off to college, so it's really nice. My grades are good, yeah, they're good. I have mostly A's and B's.
What about your grades for reading language art? How are those classes?
That's my worst class. I have a C+ in it, but I'm trying to get it up to an A.
Another common theme that emerged from the interviews was that even though the homework club was equipped with English language arts homework help, students gravitated towards subjects that didn't challenge their English skills. So then, who do you get help with for your social studies and math? Who do you work with?
I mostly ask Vanessa for help. She walks me through a subject, like with all the other tutors. She walks me through a subject, but she's been here like the longest, so that's why I always go with her. And we don't move on to the next question until I get the answer right. So that like helps me. That like motivates me to do better.
The Sacred Heart Education Center's homework club addresses educational issues with youth from Latin America that are similar to issues that refugee youth from across the world also encounter.
Our organization works with the USCCB, which is the Council of Bishops, and they are connected with the UN and the refugee camps. So most of our youth come from refugee camps all over the world. They are identified by those workers in the camps as not having a caretaker. Eritrea, Myanmar, different other countries in Africa and Asia, We do have some from Latin American countries as well, and many of these youth are from ethnic, religious, or political minorities, that being a part of why they're fleeing their home country. I am the Education and Independent Living Plan case manager. So I support both the education coordinator and the independent living plan coordinator in helping the refugee youth to develop their independent living skills, be ready for independence, as well as anything to do with education, school enrollment, IEPs, or tutoring, anything like that.
Everything? Okay. Let's start with the first one. What was the most helpful strategy for helping you learn unfamiliar vocabulary terms?
So our organization actually has some tutoring contracts. And those are with local tutoring agencies. And basically we have to do some research, look into the agencies, see who has the best ability to serve our youth. And then we use those agencies to match tutors with our youth.
I had the opportunity to interview Karen, who is now in college, and she spoke about her experiences with receiving tutoring help while she was in high school.
They helped me like how to write a essay format and like to understand what was happening on the reading. Just to teach me like new words to keep reading even though I didn't know how to pronounce some words. Like she used English a lot, but when I didn't understand, she used Spanish too.
We do have a requirement that they have a master's degree, but there aren't a lot of tutors who are also trained to help support in English language acquisition or that have any sort of trauma-informed care training, especially if it's a specific subject that our youth need, that they have a female that can teach that subject, or that they have someone that can teach only in certain hours that our children are available. I think a big thing has been language barrier. Obviously, the youth that we have speak many different languages, often very obscure languages, and so finding someone who can tutor them in sciences or math is really difficult.
During my second interview with Karen, she shared one of the challenges that she faced in school due to language barriers.
Those children who don't speak the language very well, to keep looking for other people that pushing them to continue in different levels of English, because I didn't have the opportunity to get in regular classes during I was in high school, so I have to push myself and look for other teachers to help me get into regular classes. I think technology have been a good impact on my life, because I've been listening audiobooks and they help me to listening and repeating the words that is on the book, or if I don't know a word, I can just look at the audiobook and I can say it better.
So what I think would really make a difference in refugee youth and immigrant youth being able to find success in our school systems is if our school systems had a set of code or guidelines for working with refugee youth. They can have reduced credits under certain circumstances, or that they can have extra time to show supporting documentation, such as a birth certificate, that they might have someone designated at the school, such as a foster youth liaison or a McKinney-Vento liaison, that knows, oh, this is the barriers they may face as a refugee youth, and how can our school district support them? Oh, here's the EL class, or here's a program that supports your parents, or something like that, to kind of help create that relationship with the school and the community. I really think would make a world of difference.
What services should school systems provide to foster refugee youth in order to help them be successful at school?
I think the one that they need is counseling. That's gonna be good for all of us.
As a result of receiving help from her tutor and Catholic charities, Karen stated that she has improved her English language skills and that she is doing well in college. She also mentioned other ways that she benefited from their support.
I mean, good because I'm not shy at all, and I was really shy before. They have pushing me up to go to school, to get good grades, and never give up.
Has it influenced you with maybe future career decisions or school?
At school, yeah, but for my career, I've been choosing it since I was a child.
Do you want to share what you want to do?
I want to be a lawyer, yeah, and maybe become a judge after, yeah.
In addition to helping students succeed in traditional classrooms, homework clubs such as the Eritrean Community Center also provided a sense of community and social support through workshops and other networking opportunities.
Some of the services are tutorial program, after school program, this social, socialization, which means cultural based socialization every Friday. We do also have different presentations and seminars every Friday that benefits the community members. It could be on economic empowerment, entrepreneurship, it could be on health, it could be on immigration, any other aspects that help the community center. We advertise through our Facebook, our website, and we have also members that they through networking, through our networking we get those clients and we give the service what they need.
Elena is a high school student who talked about what she liked best about attending the community center.
I like to meet people with the same culture, you speak the same language, you share ideas what you want with your language. So I like the best thing is that is to share ideas with different people by your language. So.
Similar to other students that I interviewed, language barriers were identified as a major challenge for the students. However, I also learned about other unique challenges that they faced.
Mostly they were languishing in a refugee camp for 5-6 years it could be in Africa or in some other continent. So when they came here, they enroll based on age in the schools. So there will be a gap in the school system. So it takes them time to transition or to cope up. So during the transition time, they need help.
Most of them are what we used to call Title I students, below basic or basic students. They all qualify for free lunch. So Martha's Kitchen, which is a partnership with us also, provides us healthy snacks. And today they gave us a very nice dinner, snack really. Turkey, vegetables, and rice, and so kids were really happy because they love turkey. And but basically, our kids are within the realm of the poverty level. Some of them, children may be legal and the parents are not, and so sometimes we have problems with that.
Honestly, America's getting pretty racist right now. It's getting it's starting to deport more Mexicans, and it's fearing a lot of people. So it's making so that white people stay here in the U.S., but any other race leaves.
How does that make you feel?
Terrible, because who wants their family member to be deported somewhere else and never be able to come back? So that's why it feels really bad. And with more and more police shooting unarmed people every day, I know it's not every single police. I know it's a little percentage of police, but it still does a toll. It still does a toll on people.
Is that something that worries you?
Yeah, cause like I get worried that my dad, even though he's Mexican, that he could get stopped and maybe even shot because of that. So it like worries me sometimes.
You know, there's a lot of fear and anxiety in the immigrant community today. There's a lot of, political rhetoric on the national level that really vilifies immigrants, and with the policies and the rhetoric from the current presidential administration, we have a lot of families who are just living in constant anxiety and fear. We work a lot with the local school districts in our region. We work with principals and superintendents, and they tell us that every time there's a big announcement about a big immigration policy or crackdown, they do see the very next day, they literally see their classrooms like half empty, that students are just not showing up to school out of fear that maybe if they leave, they come home, they might not see their parents again. A lot of them really just aren't able to focus on their education. They're not mentally present. They have that fear in the back of their mind, which is something that has been common. We do have some youth whose parents have gone through the immigration system in one way. So they've said they had to miss school to attend their parents' immigration court date, or they had to translate for their parents. That way they had to miss school. So that definitely makes an impact on their education.
Okay, one of the challenges that we have is maintaining security and explaining security issues to our students. For example, recent immigration raids near the schools. We remind the students that the immigration officers cannot go onto campus, that if they see one and they're on the sidewalk, to go back into the school, into the office, and not to proceed outside till the principal tells them it's safe. And the same with when they're walking to the church, to the homework program, or whether it's Saturday or Sunday, they're coming to the church, they need to get onto the church grounds or in the church for safety purposes, because the immigration officers cannot go into the church or parking lot. So they've learned that those are safety issues. The same for the families. We invite them to, if the church is open, to come into the church or the parking lot.
In addition to sharing how the after-school program has helped with improving literacy skills and grades, the students described another role that the program plays in their lives, which is a safe learning environment.
Careful, keep an eye, make sure you do stuff right, and do not run or go somewhere without a parent's permission or an adult's permission. At school, some middle schools or in high schools, they have their classes outside, and the streets are right next to it, and someone can just come and if you have your door open. And here it's the classes are inside and all the doors are locked. It's really safe because they make sure you're in the right place. They make sure you're in class, that you're not doing something wrong, and they keep an eye on you. They see, and if they see you're sad or upset or mad, they tell you what's wrong and they help you with it.
Safety for me is pretty tough question. This homework club is safe for learning because we are all in one small, we're all in a room. The whole school is like locked?
At our homework center right now, there's 20, maybe at max 30 kids. And that actually helps out a lot because there's not a lot of faces. So it's like people that we know. So we get to know each other. And it's like we just become friends. And I've been here for 8 years. And there's not once been a time where I got out of the homework center mad or angry or sad. Because the homework club is just full of friendly people and full of people that I know and people that like aren't mean and that aren't disrespectful. We all respect each other in the homework center, and it's a small group of people, so like it's actually more comfortable.
Yeah, I want to keep going because it helps us in our school and also for our future to become like a strong person and also to become like to speak English like the same with the people that born in here have to press in English because like the most challenge for us like English language in here, so we need to keep going in this tutor to practice more. Yeah, that's it.